All right, today we're diving deep into Mr. Fortune Casino, a pretty new online spot for players in New Zealand. We're going to look at what the experts say, what actual users are saying, and figure out if it's really worth your time. So, let's get into it. So, the very first thing that grabs you is the welcome bonus. Mr. Fortune is waving this big number around, a potential bonus of up to 1,500 New Zealand dollars plus free spins. I mean, that's designed to make you look twice, but you know how it is. The real story is always in the fine print.
And this is where things get really interesting. On one side, you have this fantastic expert rating of 4.7 out of 5, but then you look at the user rating, and it's a rock-bottom 1 out of 5. Whoa, that is a massive difference. So what on earth is going on here?
And that's the big question we're trying to answer today. Is this place a hidden gem like the experts think, or are the users onto something that the pros might have missed? Let's figure it out together.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning, with that first impression. Before we even think about games or bonuses, we need to know who's behind the curtain and if you can actually trust them.
So, looking at the basic facts, it's a mix of new and established. It only launched in January 2023, so it's very fresh. But it's run by a company called Green Feather Online Limited, and here's the key part. It has a license from the MGA, the Malta Gaming Authority, and believe me, that's one of the best, most respected licenses you can get in this business.
Next up, let's talk about what really matters to most of us, the money. How easy is it to put money in, and more importantly, how easy is it to get your winnings out?
While according to the expert take, there's a lot to be happy about here. First off, fee-free withdrawals. That is a huge win. They've also got a bunch of fast payout methods, and you can get started with just a $10 deposit. Pretty good so far.
And here's a look at the most popular ways to pay. You've got your standard cards, of course, like Visa and MasterCard, and then the e-wallets that a lot of people use, like Skrill and NetTeller. Now notice the deposit minimum is always $10, but you have to have at least $20 to take money out. And as you'd expect, the e-wallets are a bit quicker on the withdrawal side. Now this is a number you absolutely need to see. There is a withdrawal limit of $5,000 per 30-day period. This is a big deal. For someone just playing for fun, maybe it's not an issue. But if you're a high roller or you get lucky and hit a massive jackpot, that limit could be a real headache. Definitely something to keep in mind.
All right, let's go back and unpack that giant bonus we saw at the start. How does that $1,500 welcome offer actually break down?
So it's not one big check. It's actually a package deal that's spread out over your first 3 deposits. Your first one gets the best deal, 100% match up to $700. Then the next 2 deposits get a 50% match, and they throw in more free spins each time to keep it interesting.
And here it is, the catch that comes with pretty much every casino bonus out there, the wagering requirement. At Ms. Fortune, it's 40 times your bonus and your deposit combined. So let's make that real. If you deposit $20 and get a $20 bonus, you have to bet, wait for it, $1,600 before you can withdraw any winnings. That's a huge hurdle to clear.
But wait, there's another way in. Mr. Fortune has this other special offer that's perfect for people who just want to dip their toes in, letting you get started with only $5.
So let's put them side by side. The standard deal needs a $20 deposit and comes with that tough 40x wagering rule. But this exclusive offer lets you start with just $5 and, get this, it has a lower wagering requirement of 30x. So it's a trade-off, really, giving you a choice depending on how much you want to start with.
A casino isn't much without games, right? So let's talk about the fun part. What can you actually play at Mr. Fortune?
Well, the game library is massive. We're talking over 2,500 different titles. That kind of number tells you there's a ton of variety, so you're almost guaranteed to find something you like.
And that variety covers all the bases. You've got a huge selection of pokies, which Kiwis love. You've got the classic table games like blackjack and roulette. You've got those really cool live dealer games with a real person on camera. And of course, the life-changing progressive jackpots. And it seems like the quality is there too. The games come from the biggest and best developers in the world. You know, names like Pragmatic Play, NetEnt, and Evolution Gaming. That's a great sign, because it means the games are fair, they won't glitch out on you, and they look amazing. And for anyone who plays on their phone or tablet, here's some good news. You don't need to download an app. The whole website is built to work perfectly in your browser, whether it's on a phone or an iPad. It just adapts, which is super convenient and saves space on your device.
Okay, so we've looked at the company, the banking, the bonuses, and the games. Let's pull this all together and see if we can finally answer that big question from the beginning.
So here's the bottom line. The good stuff is really good. No fees on cashing out, a low deposit to get started, a VIP program, and fast payouts. But the downsides are pretty specific, and they're all about the limits, needing at least $20 to withdraw and that $5,000 monthly cap. That's a big one.
And this chart really tells the story of that high expert rating. Look at this. Payment options get an almost perfect 4.9, the massive game library gets a 4.8, and the bonuses are right there too. You can see why from a technical standpoint it scores so well.
And that brings us full circle, right back to this number, 4.7 out of 5. The experts clearly see a solid, modern casino that just has a couple of very specific drawbacks. Their high scores are based on things you can measure, like game variety and banking options.
So, what's the real story? It seems Mr. Fortune is a casino of contrasts. It gives you these fantastic bonuses and a library of games you could get lost in, but it clamps down with some pretty tough withdrawal limits. The experts are focused on all the great things it offers, while the frustrated user reviews are probably coming from people who've run into those limits. So the final question is for you. Is this trade-off, a really generous offer with some strict rules, a risk you're willing to take? I guess the answer really depends on what kind of player you are.